Hello, this is Hacker007, and in this video I'll be showing you guys my experience with installing Windows 8 on my computer. It is a pretty clean process. I will show you guys the whole experience, and I will narrate as I go through. So that is the package. Obviously, I got the Windows 8 Pro. It comes with the 32-bit edition and the 64-bit edition. Right there is the product key. Here's a little help manual. It kind of just tells you how to operate and how to basically start the installation process. There's the 32-bit edition, and below that is the 64-bit. I will be installing the 64-bit. I do have 32 gigabytes of RAM, so the 64-bit is necessary in order to use all of that. The 32-bit only uses up to 4 gigs of RAM, I believe, so it's pretty simple. All you gotta do is stick in the CD in the CD drive. Sorry about the camera angle at the moment. I was recording with one hand and inserting the disc with the other. So just install the disc, put it in there, close it, and then what you'll have to do is go to my computer and open it up through there, or it might automatically pop up. But my auto run is disabled, so it does not do that. So there it is. Obviously, I'm going to go ahead and open it up. The whole installation process probably took around 15 to 20 minutes. Not bad. I'm doing this on a solid state drive, so it is probably faster than the average. But again, this is only if you're going to be doing it manually. I did choose the option to keep all my files. There are a couple different options. You can keep nothing and just do a clean install. You can do a install where it just keeps your files, and then you can do an install, which I did, which is keeping your files and your settings. So we're at 95% obviously right now. Alright, so as we get to here, it's going to ask you if you want to go online and get the latest updates. I do recommend that also, as they do, because Intel CEO, for example, he said that Windows 8 will ship with bugs. So if you are buying a Windows 8 laptop or desktop or whatever, I would suggest updating it as soon as you get it. So by using the disk, I'm going to go ahead and download the updates with the disk, and then when I install Windows 8, they will be automatically installed with the operating system. So once that's done, it will ask you for your product key. Like I showed you guys earlier, you can just pull it out, type all the numbers in, it does dashes for you, click next, and you get your license terms. From here, just go ahead and click I accept, click next, and this is where you get to choose. So I chose keep Windows settings, personal files, and apps. Like I said, keeping personal files only will keep only your files, and nothing will just do a clean install. So what it's doing now is going to tell you what you need to uninstall. The reason I'm uninstalling my antivirus is because in Windows 8, all these three things are by default already in the system. So they're unnecessary to have Microsoft Security Essentials because it's already built in. So I'm going to go ahead and uninstall all of them, and then from there I'll have a alright computer and I can restart. So it might ask you to uninstall some of the drivers, so like USB 3.0 drivers, because they are already into Windows, and it would kind of screw with your computer if you have both installed. So I can go ahead and uninstall all of them there. And once I'm done, I'm just going to go ahead and restart the computer, and then go back to Windows. It'll restart back to Windows 7, and then we'll continue on with the installation process. So now it gives you the option to restart. So just click restart, and your system will restart. I haven't yet much play with Windows 8 yet, but I will be doing probably a review tomorrow. I'm hoping to cover some of the main topics of Windows 8, so a lot of the start screen stuff, some tweaks, and etc. to get it on things you don't like. So I will be doing probably a video on basically a user feedback video. So I'll be showing you guys things to do to get around the stuff you don't like. So you may have seen right there, it did ask me to press the button to pop the DVD. I did not press the button. I basically wasn't sure if I should or not, so I actually just let it go through, ended up starting Windows, and then the actual installation process continues as soon as you boot to your desktop. So now I'm back on my desktop and it pops back up again. So here's the option: you can continue from where you left off, which I suggest, or you can start over. If you click continue, basically you don't have to go through and choose everything you want again. It already does that for you. So if you click start over, you'll have to re-choose everything you just chose. So now it's going to go through and double check to make sure everything is ready to install on your system, and then it will go ahead and install. So now you guys can see it's going to make sure everything's ready, make sure those things are things you want. If not, you can change them, and then once you're done, go ahead and click install. And what it will do is it will just go over your desktop and say installing Windows 8, and it will start its percentage. This was the longest part of the installation process. This whole blue screen right here probably took a good 10 minutes. And I found it kind of puzzling. It skipped from 90% to your PC will start in a few moments, and it stuck at this few moments thing for probably a minute. So that was kind of weird. So after it started to boot down again, and then we'll start the installation process. It will reboot and continue to install the OS. I do plan on doing some Windows 8 customization videos, especially once the operating system has settled down and people have started to develop themes for it. There are some themes already, but they're not major overtakes. They're not doing much either. So but once some actual themes start to come out, I will do some videos and patching and all that beautiful stuff. Alright, so now we're at the reboot button here. I did notice the boot took a little bit longer than normal. Again, don't press the anything there. And now you're going to see we have the Windows 8 logo instead of the Windows 7. So we're no longer having our Windows 7 boot screen anymore. At this point, it's basically going to get the files ready and then reboot again. So you can see it's preparing itself, and that takes about a second. Alright, so it looks like it's rebooting itself. And this time around it will be ready to go, and what happens is it will boot into its installation and finish up with the installation. Like I said before, I'm not pressing any buttons when it asks me to do that. So now we're coming to our actual installation. I did find the migrating files, everything neatly, especially after playing with it. All my files are in the exact same spot as they were before. They also have a windows.old folder, which is also in the system files, which you can actually grab everything that's old. I have not tested the settings yet. Apparently it keeps the same settings, but I have noticed that it's the same axe count as Windows 7, so I'm assuming the settings got migrated correctly. The start screen has migrated my Windows 7 start menu favorites, so those are also there, which you'll see near the end of the video. At this point, you guys can see it's just getting the devices ready. So probably the more things you have plugged into your computer, the longer it's going to take. And we're just finishing up that process. Alright, so I had a hard time actually recording this, to be honest. It did skip, so didn't want to record not enough, but I didn't want to record too much. So sorry if there are points where I'm not talking, because there's just nothing really to say about getting ready. So just start over the getting ready process, and once you reach 100%, it's going to reboot again. And I believe this is the last time it does reboot, and then from here it's just going to give us some instructions and then boot into our Windows 8. I'm also thinking of doing a video on the Windows 8 boot time. It is supposed to be faster than the Windows 7 boot time, so I will be doing a review of it, or a review of the new technology they put into it probably. I am running my computer on a solid-state drive, so the speed of the boot up time should be pretty fast. But I have yet to test that out, so I will do some testing on that. But like I said earlier in the video, though, my first Windows 8 video besides this one will probably be a video about the review and the features. So at this point, it's basically moving my settings from Windows 7 to Windows 8. Now, if you didn't choose that option, it's probably going to skip this and go on to the next step, which I believe is just going to try to talk to you. Oh, there you go. So now it's going to ask us to pick a color. So you guys can see it's made by the background and then the 4 colors. So I decided to pick a gray background with a bluish or purplish or front. You can obviously choose more later. Well, I chose that one to start off, and I click next. You can go ahead and now choose your Wi-Fi. So I chose my Wi-Fi in my house, told it to connect automatically, so I don't have to worry about that later. That is one thing I wish they would have migrated to Windows 8, is the option to, it should have pulled your wireless password, all that stuff like that. Although this is a desktop computer, I am wondering, for laptops especially, I think they should have allowed you to pull your Wi-Fi settings up and not have to re-sign in. So Express settings, the default ones, they're pretty good. I don't see the purpose of choosing new ones, so I just click that one. Now you can sign in with your Microsoft account. I'm just going to click skip and use the Hacker 007's account, which migrates from my Windows 7 computer. So if you go ahead in the corner there and click skip, it will finalize your settings, port them in, and then it's going to give you a little walkthrough. So it says hi, and it says while we're getting ready, check out the new ways used to use Windows. So this is a little puzzling part also I found. It says move your mouse to any corner, and then it kind of freezes like this. So I was wondering if I actually had to move my mouse, although I didn't see my mouse on there. So I wish they would have said, you know, please wait, kind of thing. I don't know. Anyway, so it says let's start, and then boom, we're on our Windows 8 desktop. So you can see on the side there it has migrated a bunch of my ones from my previous Windows 7 installation, and besides that, on the other monitor it actually shows the desktop, which is cool because now you can have the start and the files on one side. So again guys, that's about it for this video. So if you enjoyed the video, feel like it, and otherwise comment in the description or the comments below, and have a great day.